with more on the battle between Florida's government leadership and Disney is Democratic State Representative Eskamani. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What do you think? What happens next?
I think Governor DeSantis and Republicans just need to let it go. We need to move on and tackle important issues like the flooding in Fort Lauderdale, the property insurance crisis, and the housing affordability crisis. I cannot believe that I'm here in Tallahassee during legislative session and we are still stretching out this Disney versus DeSantis drama.
The movie Frozen's pretty good, by the way, and the Let It Go, Let It Go line. I give you credit. I think that's Elsa, right, who sings Let It Go. But I think the bigger question right now is you have a supermajority in the state of Florida on the GOP side. So I'm imagining that whatever DeSantis says, he is going to get, unless you think there's something else happening.
Well, clearly, this has become a part of Governor DeSantis's personal identity and even his presidential candidate identity. It's so embarrassing that he took on this big company and now is losing that fight. So clearly, supermajority Republicans in the legislature are going to try to appease him. But the fact that we couldn't find a Republican to even join us today, I mean, I think it speaks to the fact that many of my colleagues, they're not proud of this. They don't want to do this right now. We see basically
your Democratic colleagues, or you have Republican colleagues who feel this way?
My Republican colleagues feel this way. Literally, in my State Affairs Committee, we had a last-minute amendment attached to another bill to basically attack and target Disney. And the bill sponsor really couldn't even answer questions about it. I mean, we're in this situation where the governor's interjecting his agenda to attack Disney into other bills that are not related to this subject matter and basically pulling the entire process down for his own political motivations. And I think what's so ironic about all of this is my Republican colleagues want to talk about corporate accountability. We have bills to do that. Every year, I push for combined reporting to close corporate tax loopholes, treat every company the same. That's not what this is. This is a punitive measure to once again target Disney, and we're over
What do you think about the underlying issue? I mean, and I don't know if that's a fair way to go. I think there's a lot of people who sort of at 30,000 feet would say, you know what, on the underlying issue of advantaging one company over another, maybe you don't like that, actually. But the way this has all been handled, you might not like.
Right. Great question. I mean, I have never taken a penny from Walt Disney World or any of their subsidiaries. I've never taken a penny from Universal Studios, from SeaWorld. I don't take money from the theme parks, and I represent the Orlando area. And that's because I do care about corporate accountability. I care about our workers. And I have the policies for us to do that. Ironically, Congressman Matt Gaetz has agreed that policies like combined reporting, which close corporate tax loopholes, so big mega companies like Disney can't hide their revenue in different subsidiaries. That would be the way to go. But again, this isn't about treating every company the same. This is about Walt Disney World expressing their First Amendment right to defend LGBTQ plus Floridians. And that made Governor DeSantis so mad that he's on this witch hunt. And so, again, we shouldn't legislate based on your political opinion or your feelings getting hurt. We should legislate on what is in best interest of all of our constituents. And I agree, closing corporate tax loopholes is a bipartisan initiative, but that's not what this is.
Right. But if you're saying that there are Republicans that are on sides with you, why have they not spoken out?
Everyone is so scared to challenge Governor Ron DeSantis. I mean, clearly, he is popular among his base of voters. Now, not so much on the presidential front. I mean, he seems to be flailing in that regard. But I think there still is a concern that if you question DeSantis, he will veto your bills, he will veto your funding projects, and he'll find someone to primary you in your next election.